In the history of funk music, some names are remembered, others are felt. Behind every legendary sound, there are musicians who helped build, shape, and define it, even if their names never reached the spotlight. And the heart of Ohio was a city that quietly changed music forever. And within that movement was a musician whose story is rarely told. He's a contributor to a sound that would travel far beyond the city. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Wayne Foote. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. To understand Wayne Foote, you have to understand Dayton, Ohio. In the 70s and 80s, Dayton became one of the most important cities in funk music. Bands like Slave helped define the sound with tight grooves, heavy bass, and infectious rhythm. This wasn't just music, it was a movement, and it helped create opportunities for local musicians to become part of something bigger. Born December 2nd, 1962 in Kingston, Jamaica, he's the only child to Shirley Yvonne Foote and Trevor Vixen Foote. The family migrated to the United States and settled in San Francisco, California in 1965. Soul music in the 60s wasn't just a sound. It was a cultural force that shaped identity, confidence, and creativity, especially for young listeners. Artists like James Brown brought explosive energy, rhythm, and messages of pride and self-determination that children could feel even if they fully didn't understand the lyrics. At the same time, the Jackson 5 showed kids something equally powerful, that youth itself could shine on stage with talent, discipline, and charisma. Together they inspired a generation of children to dance, perform, and believe in their own potential, helping shape not only music but the confidence and dreams of young audiences during the transformative era. With that being said, Foote started dancing to the sounds of James Brown and the Jackson 5 early, which his mom would always play on the record player. This led to him doing many talent shows. At the age of 13, he joined a dance group called the Master Locks. The group performed on the Jay Payton Show and all over the Bay Area. Around the same time, he picked up the trumpet, and within 6 months, he became Musician of the Year after playing the solo of When the Saints Goes Marching In at the Cow Palace in 1976 to a standing ovation. Shortly after, he started imitating great bands and musicians such as Stevie Wonder, Prince, Heatwave, Confunction, Pleasure, Cameo, P-Funk, the Ohio Players, and, of course, Slave. It was also around this time when he realized that he had a voice on him. And according to Foote, he could carry any Stevie Wonder song. Foote taught himself how to play the drums, the bass, guitar, and keyboards. Foote bought a Porter studio and soon was writing original songs and producing his own music. This led to him doing a lot of talent shows around the Bay Area. He soon met 3 ladies, one of which was engaged to Mark Adams. Through this connection, this led to him having a private audition for Adams, who was very impressed. About a month later, Adams called Foote and asked him to join Slave to replace Steve Arrington, who left a year before. This became a dream come true for Foote, who was just 19 years old. To be part of your favorite band is a dream anyone could dream of. When he arrived in Dayton, Ohio, he was first greeted by the legendary Roger Troutman. As an official member of Slave, he was given a furnished apartment with a $1,000 salary, which is around $8,500 today. The Dayton scene wasn't just about individual stars, it was about collaboration. Musicians moved between bands, shared ideas, and helped shape each other's sound. Wayne Foote became part of that network. Bands like Slave and the broader funk community, his role contributed to the overall sound that defined the era. Foote ended up becoming very close friends with Mark Hitz. After officially joining Slave, the group subjected him to a hard practice in which everything had to be completed perfectly. Once Foote was ready, the group began to travel on a tour that surrounded the states of Texas, Ohio, Oklahoma, and other destinations. He also took part in 4 European tours while he was a member of Slave. When the band released their album, Bad Enough, the honeymoon period ended. Foote not only sang and co-wrote the song Steppin' Out, but he also sang lead vocals alongside his instructor, Danny Webster. Foote also performed and co-wrote the song In and Out, but he was only given credit to one song on the album. Mismanagement throughout his time with the group contributes significantly to his decision to depart. I like to state a few incidents. Management refused to give him money that he needed to get his hair done for the album cover of Bad Enough. At the time, his per diem was $50 a week, and they refused to pay him, which is why he's not on the album cover. Along with this, Foote discovered that he had been denied a significant amount of songwriting credit, as well as conflict with management. This led to him quitting and moving back to California. Adams was able to get him to come back months later to record for the album New Plateau. This was an album on which singer and guitarist Danny Webster personally begged Foote to take lead. The music on this album was lovely, most notably the song Easy Loving You. Management also stopped paying for his apartment, which he only had for 6 months, which forced him to live with a member of management. Foote also sought out management for $500 to shoot the video The World Is Out. Instead of giving him money, they presented him with a table full of cocaine, which prompted Foote to leave the group and go solo. It is worth mentioning that no members of the band was present at this event, with him missing the music video is the reason why Danny Webster is lip singing his lyrics. Shortly after he quit Slave, he received an offer from Warner Brothers and Blanco Renegro Records to do a single titled Uncool. On this song, Foote is performing all the instruments and vocals. Foote became an experimental try as the label's first funk act, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. The label didn't know how to market him, and according to Foote, he admitted that his downfall to his career was his alcohol addiction. He faced homelessness, and while facing these hardships, he discovered that he had a talent for art. Today, he is 17 years clean. He's currently living in San Francisco where he is working on releasing a 10-minute film called The Art Attack, which features his artwork and original music. Foote has came back to his first love, where he is singing and recording new material. Funk music is built on rhythm, precision, and feel. Musicians like Wayne Foote help maintain that foundation. Whether on the stage or in the studio, contributors like him ensure that the groove remains tight, consistent, and powerful. It's the kind of road that isn't always visible, but it's always essential. Not every musician becomes a household name, but that doesn't make their impact any less important. Wayne Foote represents the many musicians who work behind the scenes, supporting, contributing, and helping building a sound that others would bring to the forefront. His story is a reminder that music history is bigger than just the stars. Even as trends change, the industry of Dayton funk never disappeared. Its grooves, rhythm, and style continue to inspire artists across genres. From hip-hop sampling to modern R&B, the DNA of that era remains present. And within that legacy are contributors of musicians like Wayne Foote. Music history often focuses on the biggest names, but behind every hit song, every iconic band, there are individuals who made the work possible. Wayne Foote's story represents those voices. He may not be the most widely recognized figure in funk history, but his story is part of something bigger. It's part of a movement, a sound, and a moment in a time when music from a small city in Ohio reached the world. Because sometimes the most important stories are the ones that hasn't been fully told, and sometimes The real legacy of music isn't about the ones in the spotlight. Now, before we go, I have a few questions for you all. What is your favorite song by Slave that Wayne Foote sang on? Also, what member of Slave should I cover next? Before I go, I want to take a second to promote my Discord. Over here, I provide a safe space for my supporters. We discuss music of all genres. You can provide me feedback on recent uploads, etc. If that interests you, then go ahead and check me out. The link is in my bio. While I have y'all here, if you would like to support the channel further, then feel free to become a member. By doing so, you help make these videos possible. I thank each and every one of you who supported me along this journey.